ASMR channel. Today I have a very special snow moon tarot card reading, a collective reading. Today is Sunday, February 5th, and the snow full moon is upon us today. So I thought, what better way of celebrating this special full moon in February, which is also my birthday month. So shout out to the Aquariuses out there. We are celebrating the full snow moon in Leo, and we are in the Aquarius sun. So I wanted to do a tarot card reading, an ASMR tarot card reading for everyone today, including myself, and take what you want from this reading and leave what does not resonate with you. I am pretty new to tarot card reading, although I've been doing it for a while. I've had my cards for a while, I've been practicing. I still personally like to refer to my book when I'm reading, and because it really allows me to get a more in-depth connection of the card, a better understanding every time I reread the card. So I will be referencing my book. So I do hope you enjoy my tarot card reading. We're going to be doing a few different spreads today. So here we go. The first one we're going to be starting with is the Cross of Truth. This spread looks like this. Okay. So what I need you to do first is to sit for a moment and close your eyes and just ponder a question if you don't already have one. And if you've had something that's been weighing on your mind recently, I want you to visualize that question and visualize it in your head, hold on to it, and then hold on to the question as I continue doing the reading. If you are not sure of a question, a nice place to start is, what do I need to know most in this moment? And it's nice because then you're not set into one specific category, and whatever will resonate with you the most from that question will be shown to you through the tarot. Okay, I'm going to start just by shuffling. This is a great time to just visualize your question, let it come to you, or use the example that I gave. What do I need to know most in this moment? But whatever question is weighing on your mind, please visualize it now and keep it for the remainder of this spread. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my cards into 3 piles, ending what feels like the cards want, and pick them up in the reverse order. And it's okay that my 3 piles have different amount of cards in them. When you're reading tarot or when you're using tarot cards, you just kind of want to let the cards speak for themselves. If you've watched previous tarot card readings, sometimes a card will jump out while they're shuffling, and they'll read that card as an urgent message because the card is literally flying out of the deck. Okay, so here we go. The Cross of Truth. So we are going to start with our card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4, card 5. 1 is our basis card. So the first card shows your present position, the base from which you are working in relation to your question. And we got the 6 of Swords. Okay. 6 of Swords By the light of the full moon, a cloaked lady calmly ferries herself across the waters. 6 swords stand upright in the boat, but they do not appear to be threatening. The meaning of the 6 of Swords is quite literally moving out of the stormy waters into calmer ones. If you have experienced difficult times, this card assures you that matters will improve and harmony will once more be restored. As the 6 swords in the boat demonstrate, our experiences are part of us and travel with us, a reminder of the life lessons we have encountered. This card can also represent a physical journey, usually long or over water. Okay, so the 6 of Swords being our first card in the position of the basis or foundation of where we are when we're asking this question. It really, the line speaks to me in terms of its positioning. If you have experienced difficult times, this card assures you that matters will improve and harmony will once more be restored. So already we know we're starting this reading off in a place where the tarot and the universe recognizes that things might have been challenging, or we might have felt like we're moving through muddy waters recently, stormy waters, just a hectic time in life. But the outcome of that is that there is calmer things to be seen ahead. So that's a really nice place to start this reading. Being in the position of the foundation of which we're asking our question, I don't really think it gets more fundamental than that it might be we're in a challenging time, but we are moving towards a calmer time. So we're starting this reading off in a really great position. Okay, I'm going to flip back to the Cross of Truth. Okay, so next we're going to move on to card 2, and we got the Moon. How fitting. The Moon, and it is a reading for the snow moon, the full snow moon. Okay, card position 2 is desires, hopes or fears. The second card shows how you really feel about the situation. This in itself can tell a great deal about where your mindset is. How in tune is this card with the others? Is it in conflict or agreement with what you want and what the other cards say? If this card is positive and the other cards are negative to the result you are hoping for, it could be that you're not in tune with the situation as it really is. So this card we are turning inward now. So the basis was how it really is, the reality of where we're at. And as we know, our first one was the 6 of Swords. We might have been in a hectic or difficult time, but we're moving towards calmer water. Now we got the Moon as our desires card. And this is, if we were to look into our own mind's eye, where would we be in relation to our question? So when we're sitting with ourselves, when we're meditating, when we're deep in thought, what are those thoughts that are ruminating around the question we just asked? How much do we already know internally? And that card is the Moon. Dimly lights the scene below. Dogs howl at the moon, and a crayfish rises from the water, representing the subconscious world. There is a sense of mystery to the entire scene. The moon has long been recognized for the effect it has on all life forms. Its gravitational pull upon the earth controls the tides. Fish spawn at the time of the full moon. As our bodies contain a large proportion of water, we also experience the same kind of magnetic pull that the moon has upon the earth. Crime levels and births increase at the time of the full moon, with emotions and tempers running higher than usual, so there is much to be said for moon madness. Again, how fitting is it that the card we pulled for our subconscious feelings towards our entire reading is a moon. I just love that so much, and I definitely think tarot is telling us we are on the right track. Now, let's get to the interpretation. The moon represents illusionary situations, possibly deceptions and feelings of uncertainty. Emotions are highly charged and fluctuating, like a pendulum swinging back and forth. Due to the mystical associations of the moon, It can also show our dreams becoming more vivid as the subconscious reveals itself to us. Feelings of intuition and gut instincts are heightened. When this card is present, it also warns that it's important not to jump to conclusions, for the light of the moon can create illusions, shapes in the shadows that are not what they seem. There is usually far more to a situation than first meets the eye, and it would be wise to be watchful but not to act in haste, taking time until the situation has revealed itself more clearly. So that is such a wonderful card to have as our desire for the Cross of Truth in relation to whatever question you've asked. The tarot is definitely trying to tell us that we are right to pull this card in terms of our own feelings towards what we know about the situation. I can't think of a better card to show inward looking card almost as the moon. The one thing I want to be cautioned though, as we read through that description, the interpretation, was it seems that there is some uncertainty. So you could be feeling still maybe in the midst of that water spoken about in the Six of Swords. You might still be in that place of stress and chaos or uncertainty, trying to move towards calmness, but we might be stuck right in the middle of that. That's what I'm getting from the moon, that our desires, our fears, our wants, we're not sure yet. There's still an element of uncertainty. So how that could relate to your question is, if you are feeling stuck or lost, know that those feelings are not going unnoticed, and we are moving towards more knowledge and clarity and calmness. But don't try to get there too quickly, because there is a sense of just this flux that we might be in. And not only does tarot know that, but you and your heart know that as well. And pulling the moon is so important. Going back to the interpretation, feelings of intuition and gut instincts are heightened. Dreams are becoming more vivid as the subconscious reveals itself to us. Again, the full moon, the effects we already know it has on the physical earth. Now think of the effect it's having to your spiritual body. Just give yourself some grace when you're feeling these uncertainties or these complications, and let's remember that this is a collective feeling. We must all be feeling this in a way that it's coming through from our subconscious, but also we know that from the way that the full moon has its effect on the earth. It says there about the fish spawning and the gravitational pull. These are all scientific things. So beyond that, inwards, we're also feeling this collective feeling. Next, we're going to move on to card number 3. And this is our Helpful Matters card. This card shows what is or will be working in your favor in relation to the question. So we have a foundation of chaos moving to calmness. We internally know that not everything has revealed itself yet. We might still be in a flux, but now what's going to help us in relation to our question? And look at this card we pulled. We pulled this beautiful Strength card. And it's just gorgeous. We have the lion, and looks like a goddess on top of the lion. Let's see what is going to be helpful in our situation, and go to the Strength card. And there we are, Strength card. Okay. A beautiful maiden, her head bedecked in jewels, wears an expression of grace and purpose as she strides forward. She represents a pure expression of our female qualities. The lion is considered to be the king of the jungle and a potent symbol of male energy, yet the gentle maiden appears to have tamed him. He walks beside her, held merely by a loose chain around his neck, which she handles lightly. It would appear that she has subdued the lion, not with brute force, but with gentleness. The lion is an expression of our inner strength, but controlled and manifested with the more gentle, feminine qualities of our nature. for the interpretation. Feminine qualities such as patience and diplomacy, as opposed to aggression, combined with courage, will achieve the required results and bring success. The Strength card reveals that you have a reserve of inner strength that provides you with more power than you realize. This can be expressed through quiet determination. This card can also symbolize female charms to which men succumb, so it is particularly strong in a woman's reading regarding relationships. Okay, so on that point, two main things. If you had asked the tarot any question regarding relationship, I believe male or female, this is going to give you some big insight. If you're a female and male relationship, you might be reading that last line, symbolize female charm to which men succumb. If you're a male having this reading, you may have your answers given to you in the form of a new girlfriend, a new relationship, and for anything else, female, male, male, anything else, there's still going to be those elements of femininity and masculinity of all of us. So you can still have that portion of the interpretation applied to you depending on what energies you're projecting, which energies you're receiving, or which energies you're wishing to project and which you're wishing to receive. The other branch of this card is the inner reserve of strength. Now this is going to be outside of anything necessarily to do with the card meaning relationship specifically. This has to do with the inner strength that you carry. And we need to remember that this card was placed in our helpful position. So tarot is telling you that you, again, very internal. This reading is very introspective. You have inner strength. You have this reserve of inner strength that you may or may not know about. You might know about it, but you haven't tapped into it yet. But tarot is telling you that the answer is going to largely come from your own inner strength. Some of your feminine qualities, in order to really tap into that reserve a little bit better and get your results quicker. So if we can remember patience and diplomacy, then I think that will be the most helpful part of the strength card. So inner strength and pulling on feminine qualities to help you get to your desired results of whatever your question may have been. Okay, next we are going to be moving on to our opposing card. So our opposing card, we got the Nine of Wands. Okay. Card position 4, challenges, opposing energies. The card in the position of challenges shows if there are opposing energies preventing you from achieving what you are hoping or challenges you may face. Don't be misled if a positive card appears here. Sometimes the circumstances surrounding the meaning of the card actually create an obstacle. So that would be if we receive a positive card in this position, we would really need to look at the cards surrounding it to determine what our challenges are going to be in relation to our question. So we are looking at this card for opposing energies for achieving what we want or some challenges we may face. So the Nine of Wands. There's the page there. And here we go. A man dressed for battle guards 8 wands. The 9th he holds before him in readiness to fight, defend, and protect which he has worked so hard for. We can see by his pose and expression that he is weary, yet still he bravely protects his possession. 9 is the penultimate number of the suit. When the Nine of Wands presents itself, it tends to show that you might feel as if all your energy has been spent. The road has been long and you just feel as if you cannot go another step. Okay, now let's just stop there for a moment. Although you may feel on the verge of giving up, the message that the Nine of Wands brings is that your success is closer than you think, and that you do actually have the inner strength required to make it. This isn't the time to stop. Having come so far, now is the moment to gather all your reserve for the final push. Perseverance is the key. With courage and determination, your triumphant moment awaits. My apologies. Wow. How interesting is it how close our challenge card and our useful, helpful card are resonating with each other? The Nine of Wands is telling us that our challenge is literally that we feel we have no more energy reserve in us. But we know from our helpful card, there is more energy in us. There is this reserve that we have not even tapped into yet. So I really like the duality of the Nine of Wands, especially in the position it is, because the tarot said be careful, it's a positive card. And although this ends as a positive card, it definitely has the beginnings of a negative card, because it really shows us that our emotions are not for nothing. We have been all feeling this sense that we just cannot go any further. We don't have the energy. We've maybe been beat down so many times, but this is telling us, don't worry. If you don't stop here, if you keep going, you will make it to the other side. So give yourself some grace if you feel like you either haven't been doing enough or just life itself has been hard lately, because that is your truth, and that is a collective truth, that just moving day by day and getting the things you need to get done, or learning more and starting to apply them, even if it's in the smallest way, don't stop that, because the riches and the benefits are coming soon. And the exhaustion you're feeling, that will be hard. That is going to be, like tarot says, is a challenge, but it's not a challenge that there's no answer for. So I love the duality of those two cards, that our helpful card, which is the strength, and the opposing card, the Nine of Wands, are just both talking about this energy. And one is telling us we have it, not to worry, that we have this energy. And that's what we need to rely on. That's the helpful card. That's going to be what is our guiding hand throughout this journey, throughout this whatever problem you're working on, or whatever question you ask the tarot. But the Nine of Wands is letting you know that, yes, that feeling of exhaustion, it's almost bringing some truth to it. It's almost allowing you to know that you haven't been making this all up in your head, that it's okay to feel tired if you feel tired, but now is not the time to stop. So how perfect on a full moon. Things are about to change for us. Things are about to, the switch is literally about to get flipped. So keep going with those manifestations. Keep going with those positive affirmations. Don't think it's all for nothing, because it's not. I love that so much. I think one line I want to bring up again is, although you may feel on the verge of giving up, the message that the Nine of Wands brings is that your success is closer than you think. You actually do have the inner strength to make it. That's so wonderful. I love that. Okay, and we are on to our final card, card 5, in the outcome position. And we received the Knight of Pentacles. I love that. Okay, card 5. Card position 5, outcome. The final card will provide the answer or advice you need, but always read it in relation to the other cards. I think our reading so far has been so wonderful, because it is so clear the connection that all the cards have to one another. Now let's learn about the Knight of Pentacles, our outcome card. There's the page right there. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't appear to be going anywhere, for his horse stands quietly in the meadow, observed by an undisturbed rabbit. The movement this knight brings is always of a welcome nature, for the Knight of Pentacles never cuts corners due to his methodical approach. The children's tale of the race between the hare and the tortoise is a good example. He may not appear as exciting as the other knights, but he can be relied upon to always bring results in the end. Everyone is always pleased to see this card, for it means that something one has been waiting for finally comes through. And this can relate to any area of life, whether work, money, or love. If you have a situation that you have been methodically developed and patiently waiting for, and as yet have seen no results, you will find them forthcoming at last. What a fantastic card for us to have in our outcome position. It just ties the entire reading together so nicely. You know, we started the reading very, I would say, vague. Not in a sense of we didn't know what the cards were telling us, but that all of the information was within us. And the cards have just becoming more specific to finally our outcome, that whatever question you ask the tarot, your wants and your desires are coming. You might have gone through a journey to get there, but the outcome is showing you that it ties the entire journey together. From start to finish, we've seen a common theme of difficulties, feeling low energy, and the Knight of Pentacles is telling us, literally spelling it out for us, that if we've been methodically developed and patiently waiting, which clearly we have been, that the result is coming. So whatever you would ask the tarot at the beginning of the reading, I really want you to reflect on the journey, because the answer that this spread is telling me is that we've been on a journey, and the journey is not coming to an end, but I would say the difficulties of the journey are coming to an end. Because with whatever desire we're about to receive, we don't know now what those desires, like the new life almost that's going to bring us, but we do know that this is coming to an end. These feelings of challenges, low energy, maybe working through stormy waters, working through a landscape that is not as cohesive and calm as we want it to be, that is about to end, and we are about to get what we want. So that's wonderful news, and I just love like I keep saying, the journey that this tarot spread has given us. So thank you so much for joining me for the Cross of Truth. If you'd like to take a screenshot of the cards right now, you can, and I will put in the description the position that each card was in, and you can even do some more further research, but I think that the tarot was really self-explanatory in this situation, and we really know where we stand with our question. Thank you so much for watching the Cross of Truth, and now I'm going to leave this ASMR tarot card reading with a daily spread. Now this can be something you take for the rest of today, or you may be looking at it for yourself tomorrow. You can use it as a reflection of the day you've had already, the rest of the day that is about to come, or your day tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to do the daily spread, which looks like this. So again, I'm just going to shuffle my cards. And I'll be working cards as a position towards the camera. So card 1 is work. Your work, or I want to say your challenges. What's in the works, what's always in the works every day. Because remember, this is what you're going to take just in the moment, just in the day. This is just what tarot is telling you in this moment. And we received the High Priestess. The High Priestess moves between two pillars, symbolizing duality. The crescent moon behind her and the glittering stars that adorn her head show her ability to access higher knowledge in esoteric matters. Her face is masked, representing mystery and secrets. Draped in a transparent veil, she appears to be in a trance-like state. Engaged in the cosmic dances, she pays no heed to our presence nor our opinions. She seems secure within her own knowledge of universal matters. She appears to defy nature's laws as she floats above the waters, which represent the subconscious and the world of the psyche. To see as she does, first we must acquire her wisdom. The color of this card are muted and in varying shades of blue, relating to the moon, how fitting, and water, both symbols of the subconscious imagination and creativity. Number 2 represents the duality of opposing forces, potentially recognized but not yet expressed. The interpretation. The High Priestess represents mystery and secrets, and so indicates that there is more depth to some matter than you have seen so far. With the right cards, it could show a secret becoming known to you that would be to your benefit. At this time, you need to follow your intuition and trust your instincts. So how that may relate to work or any situation outside of maybe your home, just know that you, again, have the answers within you. They just may need a minute to reveal themselves to you. Followed up with that is home, and we received the Six of Swords again. This was also in our first reading, but I'm just going to go over it again quickly. So, in your home life, the meaning of the Six of Swords is quite literally moving out of stormy waters into calmer ones. If you have experienced difficult times, this card assures you that matters will improve and harmony will once more be restored. As the Six Swords in the boat demonstrate, our experiences are part of us, with us, and remind of the life lessons we've encountered. This card can also represent a physical journey, usually long or over water. So think about how this may play into your home life. I like that it was in both readings. This message is really strongly trying to come through. 3, unexpected. So maybe some unexpected news, and we received the World. There's the World. Okay. A female dancer wearing purple, the color of spirituality and wisdom, stands in a confident pose. In each hand, she holds a white wand representing polarization and the unity of duality, which has been a theme throughout the major and arcana. This represents the final synthesis of combining and harmonizing two opposites into one. She stands upon a golden light surrounded by a wreath of laurel leaves, representing victory and triumph against a backdrop of the world, the moon, and the stars, representing our universe in its state of perfection. The images represent the perfect union of all things, oneness with the cosmos, self-realization, the harmonization of all states, inner and outer, self and nature, and the return to the original divine state from which we came, to which we are now returned over rightful place in the cosmos. It is the perfect state to which seekers of enlightenment of all different regions aspire. Interpretation. And let's just remember that this is in our unexpected position. Having learned the lessons presented by all the previous cards in the major arcana, we finally arrive at the World. The World brings the assurance of success, victory, and triumph. This card doesn't indicate overnight success, but rather the accomplishment of a goal that has been steadily worked towards. Rewards are well deserved, and you will feel delighted with your achievements. This is just screaming the truth from the previous reading. The slow and steady wins the race. We are meant to have what we want, and this is a daily reminder, the daily spread, that the overarching theme of the last reading might have been months of work, and if it's going to be showing itself over the future, and even in the micro level of our daily spread, it's showing again that we are going to be triumphant and reaching into that inner reserve. That's what we need to keep doing. We all need to keep just pulling a little bit more, pushing ourselves a little bit more, because it is about to show itself in such a big way. Okay, your role. So what is our role in our day, either today or tomorrow, whatever you choose to let this represent for you? And we received 2 of Cups. The energy of the Ace has now manifested into reality, finding expression in the form of the 2 of Cups. This beautiful card is always a welcome sight with regard to romantic relationships. When the 2 of Cups appears, it shows growth in a relationship. Whatever the stage you have reached together, it represents moving to the next level. For some, this can represent commitment, engagement, or marriage. Either way, it is an important union. With the 2 of Cups, the relationship is surrounded by an atmosphere of harmony, balance, kindness, and a silent understanding that words cannot express. Such is the delight of this bond that somehow life cannot be imagined without the other. You are deliciously intoxicated, and the feeling is mutual. With the wonderful energy of this card, if there have been quarrels or disputes between loved ones, then the 2 of Cups can bring reconciliation and rediscovery of the emotions that originally held this unity together. What a wonderful card to receive for your role. And once again, I think it really pulls from the Strength card in the previous reading in terms of the duality. We're seeing a lot of duality come through. So beyond the Strength card of the previous reading, because that was in our helpful position, now this is your role, the 2 of Cups. So your role is to just step into knowing that if there's been any issues, uncertainties, or if you're just manifesting a partner or a relationship, those things are coming to you. You're going to rediscover like the emotions that originally held this unity together. So whether you're going to be stepping into allowing for this unity to heal or to get stronger, to move to the next level, or just begin a new one, that is your role. And Tarot's not telling you to change anything. Just step into that role. Just allow it to come to you. Allow it to happen. Okay? Don't forget about all of the work we've done, of the shadow work. It's all coming to play, and it's showing itself in many different facets. And finally, the outcome card. And we have the 5 of Swords. In the breaking light of day, we witness what has been a battleground scene. A lone figure stands holding 5 swords in a victorious pose, appearing totally oblivious to the suffering and devastation to those around him. There are no flying banners here to signify him as a hero, nor his actions as any to celebrate. The 5 of Swords shows that an element of deceit may be at work. Someone is not being honest in their dealings. There may be a hidden agenda or some form of underhandedness. It may represent something that is lost in an unfair manner, or perhaps someone leaving suddenly without any proper explanation or truth, showing insensitivity to those concerned. As a card that can show dishonor, defeat, or loss, it warns you to be careful. It also indicates that selfish victories are short-lived, so you must also ensure that you operate in an ethical manner in all your undertakings. So maybe be on the lookout for someone trying to cut corners or to undermine you or to take something from you that they shouldn't. This card to me really is an outlier in this whole reading, in the reading previous as well, because to me this reading was very much about hard work and longevity of the hard work. So this might even just be that final reminder we need to not try to rush anything or to cut corners, because we're so sure of what we're doing in and of ourselves, and that's what Tarot's trying to remind us. Don't switch it up now. Don't try to take the easy way out now. stick to what you're doing because that's what's going to pay off. And I think that this warning is maybe an internal warning to yourself that you're on the right path and do not worry about doing things differently. The selfish victories are often short-lived. So just keep doing what you're doing, play the long game, because we have been playing the long game and it's about to come to fruition. So even in our daily spread, this card is as acting as a reminder to know that the outcome is within your grasp and don't stop what you're doing. So I really hope you enjoyed this ASMR soft-spoken snow full moon tarot card reading. And if you like this kind of video, I can definitely do more. It doesn't have to be a full moon. It can be, anytime. I really enjoy reading tarot for myself and for others, and I am still practicing and learning, so I hope we can learn together. And I really hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy the rest of your day of the full moon. Try to make sure you get your manifestations in and your affirmations and any rituals you may want to be doing today to really hone in on the power of the full moon. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.